Who am I here with?
My name is Norman Robbins, and I'm not your grandpa.
Awesome. I love that.
So do I.
What are you doing at the Republic Square right now?
I came to find a young mentally retarded woman that I was with yesterday, who I gave a bath and gave some clothes to. She's supposed to be sitting right here with one of my bags and a man named Adam.
Norman, are people disappearing?
Not here, as far as I know yet. They are in Houston.
Why are people disappearing in Houston?
They're being sold, sir. They're being trafficked to other countries.
Homeless people.
Yes, absolutely. Some of them are not homeless. They're just in the wrong place at the wrong time and they become homeless.
That's interesting. Do you mind stepping up a little for
Do
me?
whatever you want.
Norman, did you just come from Houston, or how do you know that?
I got from Houston. I arrived here August the 10th. I arrived in Houston on July 3rd, which was my birthday. Had some business meetings. On July 10th, I was robbed and beaten by some, what I like to call, zombies. The Walking Dead is real in Houston, downtown, as it used to be here in Austin in 2021. You can ask the next question or I can keep talking.
I just ran into a guy whose half his friends just disappeared in the
Here?
last 2 days.
I believe it.
And that's kind of my main, I think, quest today, is to figure out what's going on. Why are people disappearing?
It's what they're smoking, sir. They call it tune. It's actually been sent to a chemist friend of mine. It's LSD 25 hard. What's being done, as far to the best of my knowledge, it's being dissolved in mineral water. They're buying OG Kush so they can call it OG Kush. They're rolling small joints. They're dipping it in the LSD. They're cutting it into quarter-inch sections and selling it to people for $5. If you should smoke that whole quarter-inch, you're taking anywhere from 50 to 100 hits of acid at once. I have seen men older than me fold in half like a paper clip. That same man died 2 nights later. Everybody called him Pops. He had a big gray beard and 2 German shepherds.
How long you been out on the streets for, sir?
This time, since the 10th of July, when I was robbed in Houston. I've also spent 15 days in jail for the first time in my life. I'm 68 years old. I was arrested by the Austin Police Department for threatening to punch a 26-year-old man who called me a liar.
Why would he call you a liar?
Earlier in the shift, I had purchased a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola for 79 cents. When he took over, the price of the Coke went to $1.59. When I told him 2 hours ago I paid 79 cents, he called me an effing liar, and I said I should jerk you over that counter and slap you in the face with your own hands. The police were called. I was asked if I was trespassed, which I had been earlier by the McDonald's, not by the convenience store. When he started to put the cuffs on me, I refused to answer any more questions, so he never got the details, and I spent 15 days in jail, the first 8 under the wrong name.
Do you think it would have gone different if you would have communicated?
Oh, absolutely, but he didn't want to listen. He wanted to arrest me.
I hear you, man.
So I told him, contact my attorney. I gave him the attorney's name, which I'll leave out right now. He's in Houston, Texas. And when he takes people's money, it's a hoot. And he knows who I'm talking about.
Do you think you could turn your hat backwards?
I can do whatever you want, sir. It's got a name on it. Does that make a difference?
How old are you?
68, sir. Born in 1957, July 3rd.
You've seen some stuff.
I've seen it all, except for the invention of the plane and electricity. Everything I've ever seen on a movie is true. Star Trek, when they first came out with flip phones, calling people. And my first phone was a Nextel. I thought I was Captain Kirk.
Man, what the things that are going on in the world right now, and talking to people like you, is exactly what this channel needs.
It's big cities. It's in the middle of every city. They're restricting water flow to the sewer system. They're turning the general public against the homeless. When they restrict water flow in the sewer system, the urine smell and the feces smell stays. It doesn't get washed away. People in Houston are onto it. They have a big Nigerian man who can lift these water main lids. He loves to do it. They lift water mains and they bust them and they run them right down the drain so nobody sees them. And they'll run for hours and hours, and that block will become scent-free.
Wow. Why do you think people are disappearing right now?
I know why people are disappearing, because there are people in the world who can afford to buy people and do with them what they want.
And we're at a change in the administration right now. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
No, absolutely not. This is done way bigger. It's done by someone who, if you mess with them, they have no qualms about taking out your whole family.
And you've seen it in real time in Houston?
Yes, sir. I saw it in real time. I hung out with a lady named Alice. She was 26 years old. Her father is a multimillionaire from Cleveland, Ohio. She suddenly disappeared, and 4 days later, my friend Scott got a phone call from her. She was at home in Cleveland. She had been in Liberia. Her father paid $1 million to buy her back.
Man, wow. That's just basically ransom, right?
No, that was a purchase price. She was property.
Wow. Man, I don't want to make this whole video about people disappearing, but
well, we can make it whatever you want, or you can stop now and we can sit comfortably later on, maybe over dinner.
Yeah, man, this is what I want to do for you. What's your message to the world?
My message to the world is we're here. We're all messiahs. We were sent here to save the world. If you're watching me right now in real-time news, you know what's going on. You know what time it is. There is no time. We have the ability to live past, future, and today. Stay within the moment. Be kind to one another. Check how cruel you are to the others. They will soon catch up with us. When they do, we will love them like we did before. But until then, they can stay back from us and we can love them from here.
Wow, man. And where the world's at right now, what do you think is going to happen in the next 2 months?
I believe in the next 2 months, the enlightenment will become greater than it's ever been. And we have already reached a shifting point where there is no return. We will not go back to the way it was. We will continue to progress. We will continue to take care of each other. I have an NPO that is dedicated to ending homelessness. My new wife has an NPO which is dedicated to ending starvation. Just those two things would allow us to live without money if the corporate dogs would allow us to. I was just run out of the Marriott Hotel because I asked for a glass of ice water. I'm a millionaire, but I've wandered these streets for 3 weeks with no money and no ID. I got $20 from a man named Ken from Alabama today. I went in and got a shot of vodka, asked for a glass of ice water, went out on the patio and sat down. The security came out 15 seconds later doing his job as he's required to by J.W. Marriott and said, "Sir, you cannot sit here. That is for paying customers only." I said, "Well, what about the vodka I bought?" He said, "I don't see any vodka and you're going to have to leave." So I did, and I complimented on how well he was doing his job, and it was unfortunate that he believed the way I do. And I don't believe it's J.W. Marriott's fault. It is their management company or somewhere in between in the corporate line. If J.W. were still alive and he knew this was going on, he would roll over in his grave.
Is that Bigfoot on your left arm?
It certainly is, sir. Bigfoot lives in the fifth dimension. That's why we can't see him. That tattoo was done by Ed Tincher, who has recently suffered a stroke.
Let's do it some justice. Put it in the light real quick.
Absolutely. I have 39 tattoos. all done by that man. He has recently suffered a stroke and cannot hold a pencil anymore. I do have a new tattoo artist and 3 new tattoo studios. 1 here in Austin, 2 in Houston.
Wow, man.
If you'd like to stop by Peckerwoods in Houston, Woody Woodpecker be glad to do you a tattoo. If you'd like to stop by Ocala, Florida, you can see Mr. Magoo at Mr. Magoo's Tattoo Emporium.
If you could spread a message with the world, what would it be?
Get down on your knees. Thank God that you're here. The world is changing and it's what we've waited for. There is no tomorrow. Today is the day. Live in the moment. No matter what you do, what people think about you is none of your business. If you are good with the Lord, you are good.
What people think of you about you is none of your business. If you're good with the Lord. I like that.
As long as you're good in your own skin, then you're right. I've just lost several of my best friends, some of them over 30 years. To the best of my knowledge, my family doesn't want to speak to me anymore because I just came out as a bisexual. I have a couple of lesbian nieces. They're fine with them, but not a 68-year-old bisexual man. And that's all right. Like I said, those who are not with us right now will catch up. I like to say on my broadcasts, on the Not Your Grandpa News Network, that what we'll do is we'll build you a little playground over here. You guys can hang out. We're gonna make hard hands at you and blow reefer smoke and play music and dance. And when you're ready to catch up to us, you're gonna come out here and we're gonna hug you and love you like we did before we left. But we're moving on. And if you're not on the train, you're just gonna be drugged behind.
Where's your train leading to?
Shangri-La, sir, Minnesota. I'm on my way to see Uncle Joey. He's the front man for Wookie Foot, and his nonprofit organization is Be the Change You Want to See in the World.
Wow, man. That's beautiful. So when are you going to be leaving Austin, Texas?
As soon as God allows me to. I still don't have an ID. I still don't have the funds to do so. I'm granted $15, $20 every now and again by a passerby. It allows me to feed a couple people, send at least one home, me to buy a few cigars, and maybe a drink or two. I want to let everybody know, yes, I am a recovering alcoholic of 39 years. In a discussion with God while I was on 23-1 lockdown in a solitary cell, I asked him, why shouldn't I be able to drink? He said, it's ridiculous. He said, if you find yourself getting drunk, go to a meeting. If you find yourself having a drink, you're just having a drink. Right now, I find myself just having a drink. 1 a day, maybe, sometimes 2. No more, because I can't stand to not be in control. And all the while knowing that God is in control, because my story's already been written, and it ends with happily ever after. So I will live it to the best of my ability and to the fullest that I'm allowed.
Man, I appreciate you tuning in with us over here.
This was super deep, man. We need to do something a little bit lighter later.
Cool, man. Hey, well, we're going to pray for you, man, in your circumstance, and we can do follow-up interviews with you, brother.
Absolutely,
And,
anytime.
And bring, bring people further to Christ and connect them.
I can bring actual people who have disappeared and come back. I can contact Alice in Cleveland, and we can see what she says. I believe that her father's not going to let her do any interviews, but there is an underground thing, and you know all about it.
Yeah, man, straight up. Hey, we appreciate tuning in with you. God bless you.
God bless you. I love you, dude.
Love you too, brother.
Peace. Be well and smile often. I'm coming home.